Viewer discretion is
Is advised. Well, I wanted to start a series.
Right.
One. Right?
That's how it starts. The first one's free, buddy. Free comic book day. That's how they get you.
Alright.
She kind of dad joked you a little bit.
She
Got hit you with your own ammo.
High five.
Spoiler alert again, of course.
Yeah. You're correct.
I'll be so embarrassed if I got that wrong.
Right. What time is it?
It's time to end the show. Thanks for watching,
Yeah,
everybody.
thanks everybody. Have a good night. What time is it?
Start talking comics.
In days of the old, knights were bold. Raha journeyed from his land to encounter the one they called Onicon. Join Raha and Onicon on adventures each week to discover the world of comics and more in Talking Comics.
Welcome to
Talking Comics.
Episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This show's
Yeah.
full of hand slaps.
Yeah.
Pants
Get excited.
Wow, so we just did 5 minutes, 10 minutes in and realized we had no audience.
We don't have to talk about our losses. Stick to our victories.
Stick to our victories. Alright, so you'll notice Onicon, I changed Free Comic Book Day, May 3rd.
You finally, that deserves a slap.
Yep.
High
More
five.
slaps. More
I
slaps.
did
Yeah.
it. I
May
did it.
3rd.
May 3rd. Next Saturday, a week from today.
Okay.
So
Ah.
if you wake up any, you should swing by the shop.
I will be working. But
I know.
we'll
might
give it a
make
show. We'll see.
We'll have to look because I'm gonna probably be there a lot that day. So I think your mom's coming.
Nice.
Well, anyway, so we were gonna jump right into an interview with Jamie. Take it two. All right. So who was your favorite superhero and why?
Right now,
I'm sorry. Who's your first favorite
my,
superhero?
my first favorite was Spawn. For
Spawn.
sure.
Yeah, Spawn is awesome. We talked about Deadly Tales of a Gunslinger Spawn, which has been, I don't know, I really, really enjoy it. I don't know why. It's just been amazing. It's only 5 issues in. But you were saying, and I've got the medieval Spawn.
Right. Yep.
They're different. We think there's, you said you watched the movie.
Yep.
I'm going to have to look that up and watch it. That's going to be on my watch list this week for sure.
It's
Like
pretty
it
good.
might be today.
It's cheesy because it's today.
It's older, right? Yeah, it's like
even
in
at the
early
time,
90s, right?
Yeah, a lot of it was pretty cheesy. But
Right.
John Leguizamo as the Violator, awesome.
Okay.
He's
okay.
awesome.
And then there's the cartoon that was on HBO.
Yeah, the HBO cartoon,
I'm gonna have to look that up too.
very good.
I do remember that. I don't remember watching it, but I remember seeing
It was very adult, of course.
Right, of course.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Is advised. So I will definitely check those two out definitely this week. All right. So the next question was: do you remember the first comic book you ever read, or did you ever have any?
It was Star Wars for sure.
Oh, sweet.
I had Star Wars comic books, so those are the first ones I remember reading.
And so you had comics from your dad as a kid, you were saying?
Yeah, I read a lot as a kid. The first ones were definitely Star Wars, but I read a lot of Daredevil the most.
Daredevil.
Yeah, I had a bunch of those, handed down to me.
If you could live in any comic book universe, which one would it be?
I know my answer.
They're all pretty scary, and I don't know a ton of different ones.
Right.
I probably do the MCU because I'm most familiar with that. I don't got to deal with new places like Gotham or Metropolis or whatever. It's just
Right.
New York.
It's just New York.
With
Hell's
the-
Kitchen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With alien invasions.
Yeah, with alien invasions. Asgard.
Yeah, true.
Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me.
Oh my goodness. What would yours be?
Gotham City.
Gotham City. You'd try to befriend Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
You'd be a criminal.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Or like Catwoman. No, like I'd be more like
Okay.
Respect.
I can see that.
Respect.
All right. So if you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
I've always liked the idea of flight, as long as I can survive it and all that weird stuff.
Right.
And I have clothes that can survive the flight and not just arrive in places with my clothes burned off or frozen
Right.
or whatever. Flight seems good. Teleportation, of course. It's just a better version of flight most of the time.
Yeah.
yeah.
The travel ones. I like travel.
The travel,
Yeah.
for sure. I love travel too. You picked that too, I think, when we did this a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
Yep. She picked the same thing. All right. So if you were a superhero,
Mm-hmm.
what comic book character would you want as your sidekick?
Ooh, a sidekick. If I was the
You
hero,
can answer too.
You know my answer.
Go ahead.
I don't even have to say it. You know
it's
it.
Harley Quinn, isn't it?
Okay.
Harley
You
Quinn
don't
would be
even
your
have to
sidekick.
do
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I think having Iron Man as my sidekick would give me so much aura. Like, just to have Tony Stark as my sidekick.
Almost like in the MCU movies, like he's almost that way for Spider-Man.
Right, Spider-Man's like his sidekick.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But it seems like in the Spider-Man movies,
He's
Iron Man's never
building
around.
stuff
He's,
for it.
right. He's
yeah,
helping
that's what
him
I would
out.
want is the
Right.
Stark tech.
The Stark.
But
tech,
also,
for
if
sure.
I could be like, hey, Iron Man's my sidekick, then I'm like,
Yeah. Like,
how do you get even cooler? Than
yeah,
that?
that'd be pretty. That would be pretty cool.
I would feel bad borrowing money from my sidekick because I would be, like, hey, can I have a couple million? I mean, it's nothing for you, but I'm hurting over here, sidekick.
That's fantastic. Borrowed money from your sidekick.
Yep.
The sidekick's funding all the fun.
That's right. That's right.
So, all right, this is weird. If your life were a comic book, what would the title be? I love that look on your face.
Chaotic mischief.
Chaotic Mischief?
Chaotic mischief. Oh.
Omicron? Chaotic. All right, we're writing that comic.
Mine would be The Incredible Tales of the Burrito Baron.
What?
That
I
would
love
be,
it.
That's my superhero identity. I'm the Burrito Baron.
The Burrito Baron.
Yep.
An icon.
I love this. This is we have to make.
I have already.
When this show gets big enough, and people go back and watch all the episodes,
Of course,
a fan's gonna do that. They're
I
gonna
want
create
fan art of the Burrito
of the
Baron.
burrito.
So you know the old Kung Fu TV show where he just walks the earth and helps
Yeah.
people? That would be the Burrito Baron.
I have already wrote my own comic.
You have. She has written one.
I've
We need
already
to
wrote
illustrate
one.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll have to let Jamie read that.
You want to read it?
Not during the filming, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. So the other cool thing that I want to do, and we've already read it, but we want to just kind of discuss it. So we both got, or I got, Jamie, this. I use her camera as the
Yeah.
Captain America and Volstagg #1. That's a one shot, but I'm not the biggest Captain America fan. Do you need a copy to look at?
Oh, yeah, it would be good for reference.
I have another copy somewhere. Oh, it's right here. With a cool
Yeah.
Princess Leia.
I have to blur that one.
Open it. So we got 2 copies. We're going to sign them and keep them forever. You're going to keep one. I'm going to keep one. You get a memento.
So this is
Love
the
this.
first comic book I've read in my adult life.
In your adult
Front to
life.
back, yeah.
So this is, so this was, what was the first one I read a few weeks ago? So we just started this, in December?
Right.
So the first one that I got was the Deadpool and Wolverine. We went to a comic shop. We were looking for our Harleys, and we just happened to be there on the release day. January 1st was a Wednesday, so it was comic release day.
Mm.
And I was like, so what's the new one that came out today? I was like, I'll pick something up. I wanted to start a series.
Right.
One. Right?
That's how it starts.
That's how it started. Now I'm at
First one's free, buddy. Free comic book day.
Exactly.
That's how they get you.
So I literally, I picked up the Deadpool Wolverine, loved it, 5 out of 5 stars,
Okay.
and then now I'm at like 26 subscriptions a month. So, but then a bunch of one shots too. So I love these one shots because it's just like alternate, what if stories. I really like the what if comics.
Now, are these ones tied into other stories? Because in this one specifically, there's references to one of Captain America's, his vehicle
Right.
having some modifications. Do we see that later, or do you?
I'm not sure.
Because
I
it'd be
don't
cool,
know enough about it right now. It would be cool. I think that some of this is tied in because I don't remember seeing it in this book, but a lot of the comics I read, they'll have like little blocks to the side that'll be like editor notes.
Right.
It'll be like, this really happened. See issue blah, blah, blah. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So he could do some crazy Asgardian thing with his motorcycle and be like, to see how we got this, check out
this
or whatever.
this thing. So so there definitely could be part of the universe. And I think it could, because I don't feel like this is like a what if per se. This could really happen.
Yeah, it didn't feel.
And then there's a Nick Fury and Fing Fang Foom one. the same
Wait,
same
what's it?
series.
It
And
says it in.
what? It says what?
It says it.
Oh yeah, so there's the Nick Fury. I read that one, and it was set back in during World War II, and it was really good. But it was talking about how like they encounter Fin Fang Foom, but they leave them alone.
I don't know anything. If it's not in a movie or a
Right.
show, I don't know anything about Fin Fang Foom.
What's the other?
Can he
ones
turn
in
into
there?
a dragon, or is he a dragon?
He like is a dragon. So he was asleep. So in that comic, he was asleep in the mountain, and planes were doing like raids, like just missions, and then they were getting swiped out of the sky. They're like,
man.
"What the heck's going on?" So they get Nick Fury, like, "Hey, we need your help to come check out what's going on."
Hey, come kill a dragon for us.
So Nick Fury comes in, encounters the dragon, ends up like speaking to the dragon.
Gotcha.
And the dragon's like, you guys are nothing to me. I'll destroy all of you. I've been sleeping for 100,000 years.
As dragons do.
To finally awake for your technology to catch up. And then they like blow up the mountain, and crumble it. So he goes back to sleep, and he's like, it was really a story of Nick Fury coming to the realization of, oh, we got to do better, live better, and prevent this thing from ever coming to get us, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I was reading the Hulk versus Godzilla, and they actually reference Fin Fang Foom in there.
Yeah.
So that was pretty. Oh yeah, I read that came out last week, and I read
got
it.
this exact cover.
I did. It's an awesome cover.
It really is. There's also a Hulk
Which one is
and
that?
Doctor Strange.
I haven't. That one isn't out yet.
Rider versus.
Yeah, those two aren't out yet.
Yeah.
So I haven't read those. The other good one. Careful. The other good one I did was Doctor Doom and Rocket Raccoon.
Right.
So
Good team up.
Yeah, right. Doctor Doom, like right now, is like all the thing in the comic,
Right,
the Marvel
RDJ
universe.
is coming back or whatever to play.
Right. So like one of the comics I got this week is Doctor Doom, something I don't remember, issue 3. We'll get to it. But it did. He's like taking over the world. He's the world leader. He's taking all the borders away. He's in a lot of ways, he's doing a lot of good. And, of course, all the superheroes are like, oh, this can't be possible. He's not good. And then, like, they just look like complete idiots right now because they keep trying to stop him.
Right, and doing more damage.
Than he's doing. And so making him look better.
Right.
Is where I'm,
That's scary. Man.
It is.
That's a scary
like,
area.
as I'm reading that series, it's very scary. But, so the Rocket Raccoon kind of happens a little bit before that. He gets Rocket Raccoon to help him come up with, because Rocket's awesome at building tech.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So he gets him to build this time machine, basically, where they go back to like the very beginning of time, like when there was nothing, like the void.
Right before the Big Bang.
Right.
Stuff?
Right.
Okay.
And then and I can't remember why or what exactly the reason, but he got to that point and changed one little thing or something, and which caused like his control now.
That's high level.
It was crazy, but it was really good. So I've really enjoyed these. All right, so that was a cool conversation on all the other comics, but the reason we chose this comic was because I've not been the hugest Captain America fan. Okay. And
rude.
Right. And so we wanted to, I don't know what that is. Whatever. So we want to discuss this because, in my opinion, Captain America is very immoral in this comic. And
what is immoral?
So moral means you have morals, that you live a good life, you always do the right thing. Right?
Oh, so what is it? Oh, yeah.
So immoral.
So immoral is,
Yeah,
they're not doing the right thing or the thing they supposed to do.
Right. So just to be clear, we're doing a full spoiler review.
Yeah, spoiler review.
Go read it if you haven't read it, then come back.
Yeah.
See if you agree.
Mess with that, please. Don't watch if you haven't read this. Go find it and read it. And you're just gonna be quiet through the whole thing? Tape your mouth shut? Okay. So first off, I thought it was a good story.
I did like it. Yeah.
It was pretty about the, the motorcycle, run through the city, and then ended up in Asgard. Like, how the heck did I end up in Asgard?
Yeah, it was a great opening. Are we gonna go over the story beats?
We can, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So basically, Cap's chasing down a terrorist, essentially,
Yep.
with a bomb in his car, and he gets ripped off his bike mid-chase by who I later come to find out is Sif. I had no idea she took Heimdall's spot. I don't know much about the comics, but anyway, he gets pulled to Asgard right off his bike while driving, and then so he's like, "Wait, you can do that?" So he basically uses the Bifrost to pull the terrorist out of his car and send it to the moon.
Yep.
And the bomb blows up harmlessly on the moon. Cap's job is done there. And then he's got to, now he's in Asgard. He's got to figure out why.
With a wrecked motorcycle.
Right, yep. His motorcycle is pretty messed up.
And then he's taken to Volstagg, who's, enjoying his... He's kind of like, I guess, I used to think the fat Thor in the movie was, the best superhero representation of myself. But Volstagg might be a close one, too. Just sitting...
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know much about the...
Yeah. With a face, yeah.
I've always liked the Blob from the X-Men, personally.
Oh, the Blob from the X-Men.
Because the Blob is fat, but he is invincible. So...
Oh, yeah, okay.
If you think about it. Thanks.
Okay. So, what I got out of this, Volstagg brings Captain to America, to Asgard.
Right.
Because Volstagg has a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Volstagg is part of the Warriors 3. He knows his place in that.
2 if he's not there.
Huh?
2 if he's not there, I read it.
2 if he's not there?
Yeah, they're the Warriors 2 if he's not there.
Oh, okay. The Warriors, gotcha. All right.
She kind of dad joked you a little bit.
She
got hit you with your own ammo.
High five.
That's a slap hander right there. And a slap hander.
Wait, I have a dad joke. Can I say it?
Yep, real quick.
Okay. So,
All right, think about it. Let us finish this, and you can come back to it. Remember.
You can't dad joke a dad. I mean, it's like trying to beat up the Blob. He's
right,
invincible.
Right, invincible. All right, so
he knows his place as kind of the Joker.
The joke, right? He knows.
I've only seen Volstagg on the movies,
right?
The Ray Stevenson one. The Ray Stevenson one, ripped to the goat, by the way.
Right.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, he was the Volstagg in the movie was really good.
Right. But we only see that side of him in the movies as the kind of big, rambunctious, the joke side.
The joke stuff.
Right.
So, and he admits in here, he is when he's with Thor or with, the Warriors 2 or 3 or 4 or 10, that's his place. He's perfectly fine with that.
Right, yep.
But he discovers a world far away, and he goes to that world. I don't know why he originally went there, but he went there, and they start worshiping him like a god, like he is the man. So he's
basically scouting out the outermost planes of where the Bifrost can reach, more or less. So this is a way out of the way planet. He kind of goes solo to scout it out, and that's where he meets the people of Trigon. Is
that what it's called? Trigon? Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a while since I read this. A few weeks. That's a great picture of Thor. So he meets these people, and he ends up kind of saving the planet, saving the world, saving these people's lives, and they, of course, worship him, and one kind of falls in love with him.
Right, because on Trigon, he's not the clown, he's not the Joker, he gets to be the big damn hero, so everyone sees him as that, and he's soaking it in, he's loving it, but to, like you said, one of the people there falls in love with him, and he has the same feelings.
He does.
Now, he admits in the comic to having a wife and kids. He says that he never took this person as his lover, but there was definitely some emotional stuff,
right?
Going both ways there.
So, because he has a wife and kid at home,
yeah.
But he then calls on Captain America to go and basically break up with her.
Right. So this military threat that he was able to dominate the first time by himself. Right. They've become more advanced. They're more powerful. So he needs to get someone not of Asgard who doesn't know this dark secret. Someone who has a good military mind. Someone who can go give them the tactics they need to overcome this greater military power. So, of course, he picks Captain America.
Of course. because he's, we'll give him that credit.
Yeah,
right?
he's a good tactician.
But he also wants to fake his death.
Right. So that's kind of the big twist.
Moral twist.
Yeah. So they go in and there's this panel where Volstag's like, I don't know. Remember the plan. I don't think I'm not strong enough to do this on my own, basically. So Volstagg goes and does this really risky maneuver. There's an explosion. He's not seen again by the people. And that's when Cap has to go to his Trigonian lover and say, hey, Volstagg died in service defending the great nation or defending your great planet. So he's gone.
So Cap fakes a death to break up with Volstagg's girlfriend, and they erect a statue in his honor.
Yep.
So I don't know. I just thought that was just really funny. It's just not the side of Captain America you would see.
Right. And I don't know much about Cap in the comics.
Right. Now I'll give you, I don't either. So he could be totally different than what like the movies portray.
Could be. I know at one point he's like a full-on member of Hydra at one point, or pretends to be, or whatever. So I don't know how duplicitous Cap gets in the comics.
But I just thought for our friendship narrative, this definitely fit like perfect.
For sure.
And
I don't want to like take any sides or anything.
Oh God!
But
amazing.
But I do have some feelings. I do have some feelings on whether this was the right thing to do.
This is amazing.
And I don't want to be too biased on who was right here or whether it was the right thing for Cap to lie.
And you're dying.
I'm definitely open to discussion.
When you smell a bad comic. In episode 2.
Oh dear God!
My mind is open to discussion about it.
I'm gonna break this Lego in 1,000.
Then we have to rebuild it.
Yeah, we would.
So we play D&D together.
We do.
There's a trope.
Hoping this story come up.
There's a trope in D&D for paladins, and it's called lawful stupid. There's a point where you can be so good that it's a detriment to everyone.
Okay.
It's kind of like this Kantian philosophy. Lying is always wrong, no matter what. Even if I'm going to cause a war between two nations over a white lie, I must tell the truth. I'm against that. I think there's some utility in deception, especially when it's for a greater good or a much greater good.
So what's the greater good is Volstagg goes back to his family and is happy?
It's less about Volstagg, because Volstagg never left his family.
Well,
it's more for the Trigonian woman, so that she feels she can move on. She does in the comic.
She does.
As a direct result of Cap lying to her.
Yeah. So it helped her in the long run.
It did.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm convinced. My favorite one, though, is similar to the reveal of the T-shirt.
I should have done my Captain America shirt.
I was thinking about the D&D game that I ran. That you played in. Right. Yeah, the one shot.
Yeah, so we go to a convention, and he's basically running his first D&D game for strangers.
Yep.
And the whole weekend, I'm just torturing. I'm like, you're going to hate my character. I'm going to show up and just ruin your whole day. I made Captain America in D&D. And I was a nice guy. I was a nice player, but I was Captain America.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't tell me he was Captain America.
That's right.
Did you buy that
We get
shirt?
to the table, and he sits down and everybody's getting their stuff together, getting miniatures out, and he puts a little miniature poop on the table. And I'm like, do you need a miniature? I got a bag full here. Do you want to borrow one?
No.
He's like, no, you'll understand. You'll understand. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then 30 minutes later, whatever it was, we're, running something, and I'm like, I get the realization that he's playing a Captain America, and he's like, oh, I'm like, oh, okay, now I get why it's, absolute.
Right, and there's been, throughout our whole friendship, he's hated Captain America so much. We went to the movies to see Spider-Man, and
oh my God, that was fantastic.
At one point, in this
you gotta tell the whole story.
This crowded theater.
Hold on, everybody's cheering.
Sure,
Go ahead, you gotta give.
Oh wait, is that?
Yeah,
opening weekend.
It's an opening weekend. There's a lot of fans
Right.
watching. There's a lot of reactions, cheering,
and all that. All right, now you can go ahead.
So in this crowded theater, while we're watching it, at one point, what's this Spider-Man movie called? It's the one with all the Spider-Men in it.
Yeah, Far From Home.
It's got Garfield and Maguire.
I don't remember. The latest. It's one of
The
them.
multiverse
The
one.
multiverse.
So, people are going wild every time these references are happening. People are cheering. And at one point in that movie, they have Captain America's shield on the Statue of Liberty. And, like, the Green Goblin or whoever blows it off and it falls. And then movie theater's dead silent, this dramatic moment, except Adrian.
And he's like,
He's cheering because Captain America's shield just got wrecked. And he's like, oh, I thought we were cheering for stuff. So he set this up to
high five.
to tee up that conversation even more about how Captain America
I just thought it was
because
the
he lied.
perfect. Right. It was the perfect, story for.
And also, we both identify with Volstagg on
Exactly,
many levels.
on many
so
levels.
This was a great
So
choice.
it was a great choice.
For
I
sure,
think it was
for
a lot of fun and it sparked a lot of cool conversation. So we'll sign these or something and put episode 6 on it, and we'll he'll get one, I'll get one, and one day when this is all cool, we'll have them on the wall like different books. So we didn't do one with Carol last week, but
The girl Earl.
Yeah. But we didn't have time for that one. But cool. So no, I think that was awesome. High five. That was
Good review. Good
yeah,
review.
good review.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
What did you think of it overall?
Yeah, you read. What was your opinion? You think Cap's right or wrong?
He's wrong.
Sweet.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What's the big reveal of the show?
All right, so now we'll go into our weekly polls. You want to show yours first?
What's my other
What other one?
the Batman?
I mean, it's part of. All right, we can go over those first. So one of the ones we got this week is the Batman Hush. Have you heard of the Hush? I've never really heard of it. I don't know what it is. It's a new, villain or something.
Okay.
So these covers don't really represent. These are alternate covers because they didn't have the actual ones in there. But it just started last month, so I picked up the first 2 issues of this Hush run to see what it's going to be about.
So we got the first 2 issues.
So go ahead and show the camera.
This is the basketball one.
Yes, that's one. It's the Batman 158. So
Batman 159.
and Batman 159.
He's actually playing basketball. It's like,
Yeah, it's
Is
hilarious.
this like Space Jam? Have you read it yet? Or
I have not
you're
read it
sure?
yet. I
Okay.
just got him yesterday. I picked him up
Batman
yesterday.
playing basketball.
That one had Harley on the cover, so I picked it up because I knew she'd love that.
Okay, little prank action with the eye, the old binocular trick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yep, I see that. That's funny.
I have 3 of the same comic.
She does. She got different covers of the new Harley came out. Harley number 50.
I got the A cover.
Yep. The A cover.
Okay, is that a brain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she, of course, got, I think, the B and C cover this week.
Yep. They're
'Cause they
both
were
by
really
the same
good.
person.
Yeah, because they're really good.
This one's good. I like them both. Don't you dare say it.
I'm not saying I like it. I like
I
it.
think they're cool.
I like this one's my favorite. I think.
Yeah, carrying all the books. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so then we got the Justice League Unlimited number 6, which is book 2 in the We Are Yesterday series. We got Wonder Woman number 7.
Hold on, is this Dick Tracy with Batman?
That I didn't think about. I was thinking it was more the Riddler, but
I thought that was the
Maybe.
Riddler.
He has no question marks. He's a naked yellow detective.
that would be
Way.
amazing.
Doesn't DC stand for Detective Comics? Like,
Yeah.
Isn't
That would be amazing. But Dick Tracy's by Image.
maybe that's just Commissioner Gordon and I'm.
Yeah, probably, but that would be cool. We got the Wonder Woman number 7.
No, you cannot
Yep,
say
I know.
that.
Sorry,
No,
I messed
no,
up.
no.
The Absolute Man Hunter number 2. Number 1 was trippy.
Martian Manhunter. Okay, yeah.
The first one was really good. I can't pull this off because he watches every episode. I got the G.I. Joe Roadblock Silent Mission,
Should I read this?
I was like, you want to read it? I was going to do the reading joke from last week, but you already seen that one.
I don't know anything about G.I. Joe.
So, I mean, I watched it, as a kid. Real American heroes,
right?
Whatever. The Deadpool Wolverine. This was what started it all. This is number 4, right? Because it's April.
But so you got the first one of this run,
yep,
and that's what got you back.
That's what got me back into it.
Is this Cable?
After we got her, it's Strife.
Strife. Oh, I don't know what that is. He sounds cool though.
He's screwing a lot of things up.
That's what Strife means. That makes sense.
Yeah, he is. It's really cool because it starts the whole series. It's kind of set around and set in South Dakota.
Oh, okay.
I think last issue, Strife raised a bunch of dead people, so as zombies, and so there's Wild Bill Hickok running through the streets as a zombie. It's kind of cool.
That's sweet.
The Power Fantasy. This is issue 8, I believe. Yeah, issue 8. You'd really enjoy these. So this is an alternate time. It's like an alternate. I'm gonna screw it up. But basically, it's like through the Cold War in the 80s, 90s. It's like just the alternate. If there were a bunch of superpower people in charge, and like they're in charge of, like they have massive powers. Like one guy can just think about killing somebody and like kills the president, and like everybody.
That's a whole different level of Cold War, right there.
I mean, yeah,
it's superheroes instead of nukes,
right? And that's basically, and it's it goes into like the government trying to contend with like these people who are running everything, but they're trying to be morally, correct. The supers are trying to be moral, and they're fighting each other. Like, well, we want to do this. Well, no, you can't do it. It's really
it's good. Like The Boys and Invincible. Like, there's a lot of evil stuff going on.
So it's really good so far. Sure, do that one.
Next we have The Amazing Spider-Man
Number 2.
Cool cover.
Yeah.
I wish you would have got that other cover. Does it still have it?
I don't know. I didn't
We
look.
need to buy it.
But so The Amazing Spider-Man, they reset all the time. So rebooted last month. So yeah, it's still Peter Parker. That one is. But there's like 4 or 5 different Spider comics out right now. Because there's a Miles Morales one. There's all kinds of stuff. You want to do this one? Spider Pig. So we got Out of Alcatraz, number 2. So number 1, I have read. It's really good. So it basically, the first 3 pages are basically the start of when the 3 guys escape Alcatraz.
Okay.
And it goes into like what could have happened if they survived. So like there's a woman helping them that's got a safe house.
Is it really like realistic and grounded, or do they randomly have powers involved?
No power. I mean, this is only, like I said, this is only issue 2. I haven't read it yet, but let me see. But so far it's 2 of the guys have survived. 2 of the 3 survived, and they're in a safe house waiting for a lady to get a ride somewhere else, and they're having to work. They're having to work for this person for so long to pay the debt of helping them escape and stuff. Okay. It's interesting. We got The Lost Boy, issue number 2, or Last Boy, issue number 2. This is a Peter Pan story.
Okay, so you're not crazy to call it Lost Boy.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't read it yet. I'll have to
We need the mermaid.
Yes.
A golden scythe? Is Peter Pan about to fight this guy?
Yeah, probably. So,
Peter Pan's a savage.
issue 1.
Oh my god.
This is like everybody's so much older. So Captain Hook's like old and wants to just retire.
What?
Right? He's trying to. It's major spoiler. I should probably put the title of this episode should be spoiler alert. I
mean, it's the first issue, right?
This is issue 2.
Yeah, you're talking about the first one. That's not so.
So the first issue, Wendy's a little older, probably late 20s, or about that time where she's getting ready to get married, and she's torn between the right person and Peter Pan in Neverland. Peter Pan is like the same age, but he's just like, got an attitude. He's trying to keep everybody safe and everything, but he's like, he hears about an Indian tribe that, nobody'd heard of for a while, but now Captain Hook has some pelts that they're selling, so he knows for sure Captain Hook stole them or attacked him and took those, pelts and stuff. So he goes and confronts Captain Hook, and Captain Hook's like, dude, I'm just trying to retire and turn my business legitimate and sell these pelts and just sail off to the sunset. And Peter's like, nope, we're fighting.
Right.
And they
so
start.
He's fighting reality encroaching even in Neverland.
Right.
Even in there, everyone's growing up.
Yeah.
So he is the last boy.
Right.
And he's fighting to keep that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's cool. I mean, that was just issue 1. So I'm interested to see where it goes, right? So that was pretty cool. Hopefully the mermaids show up.
We need the mermaids.
So this is one. Right?
Right.
The One World Under Doom. So there's a whole series, like a lot of the Marvel tales or comics are, I don't have like the Hulk with me, but it'll be like One World Under Doom. It's part of a big comic event, right? But this is like the core issue of the event, is this run.
So and the other storylines are being brought into it? Are these all new runs?
So like the Hulk, a lot of them are new runs. Some just get a couple issues into this storyline and then go back out. Because like the Storm series, the first 7, like 2 of them kind of came into this, was part of it, and then went back, now it's on its own thing. But it's, like I said, we talked a little bit about it earlier, was the, the normal people in the world are like, okay, this is actually not too bad, right? Schools are free, college is free, like all these good things that he's doing. And the superheroes are like, oh, we got to stop this. I'm sure there's a grand plan. Like it sounds too good to be true, right? I'm sure. And the superheroes are trying to stop it, but just end up hitting roadblocks and, whatever. And then finally, go ahead and show it. This is going to be my favorite. Medieval Spawn. I mean, that cover looks amazing. So.
Oh my God.
Right?
So they're kind of doing this with the new Doom game as well.
Oh, really?
So taking the Doom Slayer guy back in time to like medieval time.
Oh, that's good.
I like that trend. I want to see that with everybody.
Yeah.
I want to see everyone as a D&D character with a sword or a mace or whatever.
Right?
That's my dream.
So I went through the other day and I, picked that cover and then, because all these freaking comics have like 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 covers.
Right. I mean, they're selling them for $4 or $5. So,
yeah.
If they can get you to buy 3 of the same comic
right,
for
exactly.
changing one thing, that makes sense.
So I went through and picked the covers I want going, the next couple issues coming out. And yeah, they look really good. So I'm hoping it's as good as Gunslinger because, like I said, I love fantasy too, right?
Right,
so,
yeah.
I was a Western fan. My dad loved Westerns, so I watched a lot of Westerns as a kid. But
there's a couple Westerns that I like, but they're usually like a little bit off genre.
Okay.
Like there's the old Mel Gibson one where he's a poker player.
I need to
So
Maverick. Great movie.
Excellent movie.
Great freaking movie.
Exactly.
I've watched that movie so many times when I was a kid.
I have to go get something.
The Riverboat. All right, go ahead. We'll discuss. Maverick was amazing. The poker movie.
But like the true pure Westerns, they never really hooked me.
What about like Hateful Eight?
Hateful Eight, I do like it.
Okay.
But it's like off Western. It's like
it is a little
murder mystery and whatever you want to call it. But it's, same with Django Unchained.
Yeah.
Very Western feeling, but off genre.
Same time.
More of a revenge story, yeah.
My dad watched a lot of John Wayne.
The old spaghetti westerns.
The old spaghetti westerns. Bonanza, we used to watch Bonanza and The Rifleman. That was my favorite when I was a kid. When I had to watch.
Yeah, the genre's just never spoken to me. I don't know why. Like even like Red Dead Redemption 2 was like one of the greatest games of all time. Never got into it. No.
I've played it some. I never got into it. I thought I'd be into it a lot more.
Right. Well, people are saying it's Yeehaw Skyrim. Just Cowboy Skyrim.
That's all it is.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I would be into that. But it turns out I'm not really into that.
The Yeehaw Skyrim.
The Yeehaw Skyrim.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I would love to see where they take this, and if it's. I bet the
Shield has some crazy powers.
Probably.
Look at that thing.
All right, are you back? I don't know what she got. She went and got a bag. This is scary.
She's also out of breath, which implies to me that she ran to a different facility, perhaps her laboratory where she makes these things.
Okay.
All right, what do we got?
What are we doing our grades this week?
So we went over our comic pulls. The We Are yesterday. All right, so right now, Annika, what was the favorite thing you read this week?
This.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
You
We
did.
just hold your snacks, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
I forgot about this until
Good.
right now, but this is amazing. Well, while you take it out, I'll go over my 30 reads.
Oh, I know what's going on.
Yeah, you know what's going
I mean,
on, too.
I watched her read like
Right, I
6
did
comments
too.
in less than a minute. It was crazy.
I
It
know,
was.
I don't know how
right?
she pulled that off.
So this week I read a bunch. I read, I think, 19 comics, 14 comics, something like that. I read a bunch. So I read
Wow.
Journey into Mystery 90. Gave it 3.5 stars. The Vampirella #1. I read
Oh,
that.
Vampirella.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's on the After Dark show because of the cover.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But the story, not bad. Single mom trying to raise a kid as a vampire killer. Kind of crazy. But
Right, yeah.
like the 2025 version of, Vampirella.
Right, yeah.
Modern Vampirella. Pretty neat.
Okay, I think I got it.
All right, TVA #4. It's pretty good. So TVA is, I
From
think,
the Loki
from the
show?
Loki show. It's like right after.
Mhm.
It's like season 3 of Loki, basically,
Okay,
is
yeah.
the comic. We think Loki's going to make an appearance, but maybe
I mean,
not.
at the end of season 2, he basically becomes part of like the world tree.
The World Tree. Yeah.
Well, spoiler alert again, of course.
Yeah. I don't know.
Everything.
It'd be hard
everything
for him
is
to.
spoiler.
Yeah.
I read the Godzilla vs. Hulk.
Right.
Gave it 4 stars. Not bad. The ending was a little meh.
So who wins?
Well,
Well, we're on spoilers. Might as well.
neither one of them.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
So basically, Godzilla was being lured there by this scientist. I can't remember the scientist's name, but he was coming in, and he was trying. He had Mothra there. The big spider,
yeah.
Mothra, or
Wait,
the
no.
Mothra.
The big moth is.
And then there was a big another creature there, kaiju creature, right? And so they were trying to lure Godzilla there because they were trying to kill Godzilla. And Bruce Banner is just like a little scientist that works in this lab, and they've got Godzilla coming, and then they realized that this scientist was evil and created this like cocoon that he just really needed Godzilla's like all these other kaijus, not Godzilla's, but all these other kaijus like blood and stuff.
Mhm.
And they thought he was building like a containment unit for Godzilla,
Oh.
but it was really an egg. And he created his own kaiju that was better.
Oh.
And so it was starting to beat up on, Nick Fury was there. And Bruce Banner and Nick Fury are on these mech suits trying to fight Godzilla. And then this other kaiju that's created comes out and starts beating up on Godzilla. It makes Bruce Banner mad, turns into the Hulk. He fights Godzilla a little bit, but they were really teaming up to fight, Nick Fury's mech suit and kill this big kaiju.
Mhm.
And then they kind of just separated at the end and so
Okay.
it really
so you're
wasn't.
saying this is just straight up false advertising.
Right, that never really happened in the comic.
Well, it says right there on bottom, it's time to find out who's really the strongest there is.
Yeah.
But they just walk away.
But yeah, the two of them just kind of,
You know what?
yeah,
I'm suing them.
a little lackluster.
We're going to
on
court.
that one.
We're going to court.
Okay.
Um,
My turn?
no, not yet. I ain't done yet. G.I. Joe Spirit. I looked at it. Doctor Strange of Asgard #4. So that's about Doctor Strange loses his Sorcerer Supreme to Doctor Doom. He somehow willingly gives it up to Doctor
The stone?
Doom.
The time stone? Or this title of
The
Sorcerer
title
Supreme?
of Sorcerer.
Oh my god.
He gives it to, and it's part of this One World Under Doom timeline. So it's this is canon
Right.
at the moment, right? So he loses his Sorcerer Supreme, runs away to Asgard, and it's really cool to see because you don't see a lot of Asgard like in the movies and stuff. You see a little bit, but it's
Right.
the main people.
Most of the movies are just a place getting torn up over and over again.
Right.
Until it's just like a small fishing town
In Maine. Yeah. But so in this one, he goes to Asgard and, Thor basically says, yeah, come on. He wants to learn more magic, without being the Sorcerer Supreme. He wants to get better because he's lost that power.
Right.
So Thor's like, oh, there's this lady over here. You can go learn from her. She's kind of mean, but, hopefully she'll teach you. So he goes and he, befriends her and, literally like in the first issue, Loki shows up and kills this woman and then like disappears.
Why is he such a jerk all the time?
Right? And then leaves Doctor Strange to look like he did it. Right? And so then now he's hiding the body. But you see a lot of what I liked about it is you see a lot of like the underworking of Asgard. Like,
Right.
The taverns and the, just different stories and different characters that would live in Asgard that have nothing to do with Thor, or Odin or, whatever. But it's just kind of cool to see that. And then he travels back.
How many comics did you read this week?
I think it was 14 or 19.
Or you guys like all of them? We need to,
It's 15.
Her patience
Chop,
is good.
chop,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Chop, chop.
Chop. All right. Batman, Superman, The World's Finest, number 38 was the first issue of the We Are Yesterday. It's setting up pretty good.
You get 5 seconds for you.
I just want to point out, this podcast is called Talking Comics.
And we're talking
Your dad's
about
over here talking
comics.
about comics, and you're like, nah, we ain't doing that.
Okay, well,
Well, it's supposed to be us talking, and I've done a lot of talking. I get it. But I also did a lot of reading, so maybe if you read more.
maybe I did a lot of reading too and you didn't know it.
Maybe not. All right, I'm almost done. See? I read Dick Tracy, number 6 and 7. Very good. Gave him 4.5 and 4 stars. The Blank Man showed up. Deadly Tales of a Gunslinger, 4 and 5. 5 stars
There was
each.
7 segments.
Star Trek Lower Decks, 1 and 2. Gave him 3.5 stars. It's a little weird.
Does the comedy not really translate? Because Rick and Morty was the same way. I love the show, tried to read the comics, fell
Wasn't
flat. It
really.
just fell flat,
It's fallen a little flat. Now, I mean, it did have a really cool, one of my favorite motivational things of this past week. It was okay. It was weird because it kept, I think there was another series before this of Lower Decks, so this is like a second series of it.
Okay.
So they keep referring, like they had a lot of text blocks at the bottom of the page that just referred to old things or some of the shows or something. So just like, it felt like
You
it
gotta
kept
get
getting
deep in the
interrupted.
Star Trek lore to get it, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like quit, like get on with the story. And like
Right.
Jean-Luc Picard shows up, but it's a clone, and it's like our D&D game.
It's confusing for no
Right,
reason.
it's confusing. But the coolest thing that I found very motivational was the girl said, she's their lower deck, so like their parents and all these other people were the big shots on the bridge and everything, right? She's just a peon in engineering.
He's down doing the
Right.
hard work, yeah.
And she just is dying to go on like a off the ship, an adventure, right? She wants to go on an adventure, and of course, some of her friends are like, "Oh no, that's too scary." She's like, "Look," she's like, "I'm really good at living. I have not died once." And I'm like, "Touche." I love that.
I've had a friend with similar logic. Every time he does something dumb, he's like, "I've yet to die."
Yeah,
that's his logic.
That's his logic. All right, I read the Power Fantasy 6 and 7. Like I said, really good. I might give you a couple of those to check out. Absolute Wonder Woman number 6, very good as well. This Absolute Wonder Woman, she's born in hell, not the Amazon.
Interesting.
And she's raised in hell, and her mother and her or the lady
is it
caring
like
for her.
Christian hell or like Hades? Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, there's like a bunch of monsters. I think it's more of the.
Or is it like Dante's Inferno, like the layers of hell?
No, it's just there's different parts of hell. There's different creatures, and then there's like gods that are being punished that are like chained up in hell, and it's like she goes to them and helps
so it's like
them.
a super generic,
it's
demonic plane,
right?
Okay,
but it's hard to get in and out of, and so like her friend, that's a.
You're talking too much comics.
I know. I'm sorry. He ends up showing up, and she had to do some like powerful magic shit to get him out of hell.
Okay.
And it's been pretty good.
So what's the absolute? There's a bunch of absolutes, right? So
Yeah,
does this
so
mean
it's-
like this is the new canonical story of this character?
Yeah, basically,
Okay.
it's just an alternate story of this character. So, like, I read the Ultimate Batman or Absolute Batman #7. Batman's not rich.
Okay.
Okay, he's just a normal kid.
It's like
his
Spider-Man?
mom, yeah, his mom's still alive. Martha works for Commissioner Gordon as like a secretary. Now his dad still dies. He was a school teacher. Ends up going on a field trip.
Why didn't they just make a new character? This seems crazy.
I don't know. And like the Riddler and Oswald,
The Riddler's like his uncle.
They're all like childhood friends, right?
It's like Muppet Babies, but for
yeah,
Batman.
for Batman, they were childhood friends.
Right.
They won on this. He won this, science experiment thing because he's really smart, and he got a trip to the zoo. Ended up going to the zoo, and there was a murderer and a shooter at the zoo. So he ended up going into like the bat display,
like an active shooting scenario,
right? Who kills his father?
Oh my god!
Right? Who kills Thomas? And he's like trapped in the bat display.
Wait, is that how Man Bat became?
No, but yeah.
Let me guess. Alfred's the old man that's not allowed to live within 100 yards of a school.
No, Alfred's a badass mercenary.
Oh, that's not that different. He's a badass the whole time.
Right, but he is like the badass mercenary that's just like working for some like deep cover thing, and he's like coming to Gotham to help Batman. Very weird. But Alfred gets shot. I thought I sent you the picture of that, or maybe it's somebody else. But like, they killed Alfred. You think they kill Alfred in like the first issue. So, all right, got two more. Spider. Oh, it's Spider Gwen 12. It's 3.5 stars. It was okay. It's just a weird Loki story right now, and that's why I bought it because the cover looked really cool at the start of it. Had a really cool picture of Loki, but basically he can't control the world anymore. So he can't get the Tesseract. So he's trying to convince Spider-Gwen. He's taken her all over like the universe and different timelines, the multiverse, to show her like she's trying to do all the good things to save people, but it's causing more harm than good. Like the last issue, he took her to this beautiful utopian society, and she's like, well, what's wrong with this place? So then he takes her to like the underbelly, where it has no psychic ability anybody that's a psychic in the world is used as like a battery in the underworld, tested as a baby, and she's like, yep, nope, we're killing everybody. And she like destroys them, which then in turn destroys the whole world.
Right, yeah.
She was trying to save the psychic, batteries people, and ends up destroying the whole world. And he's like, see? It was kind of neat.
34.
All right, last one, Absolute Flash. The first one was not very good. I did not enjoy it at all. Gave issue 2 a try. We're up to a 3.5. It's starting to come. It's not like the Barry Allen Flash. It's like the Wally West. Yeah. Okay. And so it's coming along. I'll keep it up, but we'll see. All right, finally. Sorry, I'm done.
16.
Hanukkah.
That was like.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What did you read? What was the favorite thing you read this week?
Don't you dare do that to me! Don't you dare do that to me! Don't you dare do that to me! I was doing it to you because you were doing it so long! I'm only going to take like...
Hey, start talking comic.
Really cool. Yes, this is really cool.
Okay.
She discovered...
I got Bazooka Gum.
She discovered Bazooka Gum comic strips this week. It was like, there's comics in gum? You can back it up just a little bit. There you go.
So she read a bunch of them.
Yeah,
right
she read.
In front of us.
That's 3. Yeah,
There's
4
just
of them.
Piles of unwrapped gum on my table.
Yeah, there was.
Okay, shut up. And then I have one.
This one is a surprise release.
Yeah.
Surprise, no comic.
There is a bonus. I wonder if it's one that I already have. Yes.
But that was cool. I forgot all about Bazooka Gum doing this.
Right.
And then she's opening them the other night. We were all playing D&D. And I was like, whoa, we got to put these on the episode. She's reading live on the episode.
An entire comic. Right before our eyes.
Right before our eyes. This is amazing.
When I met her, she couldn't even read.
True story. She used to beg to play D&D with us, and we're like, Jamie would tell her, you gotta learn to read first. Yep, and she did. She finally learned to read. High five.
More slap hands.
More slap hands.
Double slap hand.
So you read those. So what was your favorite one?
The one this one.
All right, read it.
All right. Oh wait, no, that's not that one. Where's the? Oh yeah, it's this one.
Okay.
Herman, didn't I tell you to water the lawn every day at 3 o'clock? It's 3 o'clock now. But Dad, it's raining. That's no excuse. You have a raincoat. I know.
That's fabulous.
You can read it.
That's
good. That's good.
Pretty good. All right, what else did you read this week?
And
Anything?
the fortune is.
Oh, there's a fortune too?
Yes, fortune.
Okay.
Fortune is you will have 3 tries at a certain goal. You will win on the 3rd try.
There you go. All right, I know you read some I Hate Fairyland in the car this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else? Anything else?
You know that book, Valentine's Day book? I read the first page.
Okay. Of the DC book, the Harley book.
I read some of my for Harley.
Okay.
And this.
And you did, yeah, she did read that too for this episode. What was the favorite thing you read this week?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I already said.
Okay, so it was one of those. The favorite thing. My favorite. Oh, did I pick a favorite? It's tough. I read a lot, but I think it's
the Gunslinger.
It's the Tales of the Gunslinger. I mean, they got the 5 stars out of all of them.
3 minutes.
Good job. Good job. I know she's trying. We all know what she's waiting to get to on this episode. Mm-hmm. All right, so looking ahead, I'm most excited to read the Medieval Spawn.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And continuing the We Are Yesterday story and see if I'll enjoy the Hush storyline at all. So, but Medieval Spawn will probably be read today.
Let me know how it is.
I will definitely
might check it out.
Let you know. What are you looking forward to this week?
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Okay. Any shows or games? You played a lot of Fortnite this week.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch any shows this week?
Mm-hmm.
I watched an episode of Daredevil and a couple episodes of Black Mirror.
Oh yeah, I watched.
She did watch the one episode of Black Mirror where she was.
Did she watch the first one?
No, she watched. Which one were we watching?
Well, the guy that had little bugs, the little people on the computer.
Oh yeah, it was like the 4th episode. He made had the old man, but then it was going back in time when he built the computer software with all the little.
Oh yeah, the little lemming-like creature.
Yeah.
Those things. Yeah.
And he killed the guy.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
That was. He killed the guy for killing the digital. Yeah. Dude, that was crazy.
I watched every episode of Black Mirror, the new season.
Okay.
I watched all the Daredevils that are out. I watched. I just
week
binging pretty much.
Oh Jesus! So I need to catch up on Daredevil.
The Last of Us just started up the new season of The Last of Us.
I haven't seen the first season. Is it good?
It's definitely worth watching, even if you haven't played the game.
Yeah, I haven't played it. So
this last episode it hits a big story beat from the second game, and it was good.
Oh, that's cool.
Very
so they actually are doing a good job timing.
Faithful adaptation. Yeah,
okay, I like that. I didn't ask you. Are you looking forward to reading anything this week?
So I've been reading a fantasy novel called Wind and Truth. It's the newest Brandon Sanderson, big epic fantasy novel. I read it at work sometimes. So that's pretty much all that I read these
Can
days.
I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Who is your favorite cover artist?
So I really don't know because I've read all these comics, these 135 of them so far this year. I don't really know a lot of the names of the people. I probably should do a better job of recognize who the author. Like I don't look at the author or cover artist or I don't. Yeah. I'm reading the story.
Just appreciate it for what it is. Yeah.
I do think it's cool. Right. I do think it's cool. So the app that we use to track it will break it down by how many. Whether you want your collection, it'll tell you how many Stan Lee covers you have, or whatever. Or the ones you've read, it'll tell you like, oh, your most read cover artist is this. Your most read letterer is this. This most read, colorist.
Can you search by highest rating? So if there's multiple authors in the same series, you'd be like, okay, I like every time this guy writes one, I like it.
Maybe I should do that. So cool. I could. You can break all that info down in the app, so it's pretty cool. I do a little.
Is that where you track your stars as well? Your rating as you go. Okay.
So it actually will track the pull list. So if I add up something to it, it tells us it's synced with the store to pull that comment for me.
That's really cool.
And then I go pull it, and then say I have it, and then it has a really good, what's coming. So I'll just sit there, once a week or so, and just go to that and just read everything that's coming out over the next couple months, and just add them to my pull list and show up at the store, and he hands me a stack. So it's pretty cool. What time
is it?
It's time to end the show. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Okay, violence is not the answer.
That was good.
Violence is not the answer.
Violence is
the only thing we slap is
violence.
All right, come on. What time is it?
Trivia time.
Trivia time. All right, this is Annika's favorite part of the show. Annika's favorite part of the show. I'll keep track. I got plenty of paper over here. Oh, I don't want to mess that up. I can use my first page. All right, so this time instead of slapping the table, like we did last week, how do we want to do it? Raise your hands, say your name, say, what's the best way to do it? No.
What if we each get back and forth answer first with the steal possibility?
I like that. Then there's
starting with you first. If you don't know it, I can steal.
He can steal it,
and then I get to go first.
Yep. All right, so we'll do that. Well, first off, we're just going to do a this or that. So there's no points. This is a warm-up. And then we'll move into, I've got, I think, 20, possible 24 points or something like that coming up. So, all right, you guys can both answer. X-Men or Avengers? Some of these are repeating because Jamie's here.
X-Men.
X-Men.
I think I do like the X-Men more as a team and a concept.
Okay. Marvel or DC?
DC.
I knew that was coming.
That's tough. I don't.
Because you don't do a lot.
I just love Batman so much.
No.
It's really hard.
But
he's carrying that whole
whole genre, right? The whole brand. 100%.
I'll say Marvel just because that's mostly TV shows and movies for me, and they have the better of those, in my opinion.
I will say the more I'm reading, the more I'm watching DC stuff, I am appreciating it. Like the Harley show on HBO is really good. The King Shark in that show is my favorite. They got to be one of my favorite characters, like sidekicks or second characters or whatever.
Oh, what's the John Cena? I forget his name.
Cannonball?
James Gunn is like the director.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I forget the name of the character.
Is it Cannonball? Peacemaker, something like that.
That show was hilarious.
That was funny.
I had a lot of fun watching that one.
It's hard because a lot of those movies aren't good.
Right.
I
like the Suicide Squad James Gunn one.
Yep, that one was good.
Pretty much all the Batman movies that have come out.
I think the new Flash that brought the 89 Batman back and everything, I thought that was decent.
It was interesting.
The Justice League was... The more I watch it, the better it gets. I'm watching it. The Snyder cut is good, for sure. But yeah, it's like I said. Spider-Man or Batman?
Batman.
If it's just those characters up against each other, I think I gotta go Spider-Man.
Okay.
I just relate to being broke so much more than being rich and God.
Right.
You know,
Well, you got to read the absolute Batman. He's broke.
There you go. Best of both worlds.
Right?
Rich and God.
There's an appeal to being the greatest detective ever, though. That's really interesting. When they play into that side of Batman,
Yes.
that's where some of the best stories are.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Secret identity or a public hero?
Secret identity.
I think you get more things
Like
to play
Bruce
with
Wayne.
when you have a secret identity. But the whole Iron Man just being open, especially in the third one where they come to his house and blow it up, they'll both have good story things you can do.
Pepper Potts was not happy. Superpowers or gadgets?
Superpowers.
Gadgets feel more earned. Like, I think it's cool when Spider-Man can just shoot the webs out of his skin, but it's
Right.
really gross and weird. I think it's cooler to be like, oh, he's smart, and he also,
Yeah.
you know.
Where does he get all these wonderful toys? It's a favorite line from a kid. Mutants or aliens?
Ooh.
Wait, what?
Mutants or aliens?
Wolverine's a mutant. Superman's an alien.
Aliens are ugly.
Martian Manhunter's an alien.
Okay,
Cyclops
Superman
an
is
alien.
ugly.
Thor's an alien. We've been over
He's
this.
I
also
think I'll go
ugly.
mutant. There's just so much more you can do with mutant.
Yeah.
But anything that's weird, you can justify as being alien as well. It's the same space.
Yeah,
But you can become a mutant. You can't really become an alien.
true.
Let's
Team-
go
Team ups or solo stories?
Solo.
Team ups. I'm a big fan of fan service.
Right?
I know him.
Right? Time travel or multiverse?
Multiverse.
Yeah, I like multiverse.
It is definitely interesting. I think it adds a whole new twist because it's not just one
And
world.
time travel, if it's not limited in any way, it can remove a lot of the stakes.
Right.
If you can just go back and fix it.
Yeah, like when Thanos just,
Right.
went back 5 seconds and messed it up. Anti-hero or pure hero?
Anti for sure. As I'm wearing a Captain America shirt.
I can't believe
What is
it.
anti-hero?
I'm gonna blur
Well,
this out.
anti-hero was the first shirt I was wearing, like Deadpool, where they're like kind of a bad guy, but you know.
But does good stuff.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's a great
Like
question.
anti and pure.
Anti-hero you would think means a villain. But it's
Oh.
like a hero like the Punisher who's breaking the law.
Anti-hero.
But doing good deeds, but breaking the law to do
Right.
so. Where, like, Batman doesn't really break the law and does good deeds.
He does.
I mean,
He definitely breaks some law.
Yeah.
He breaks the law.
Remember he kidnapped that Chinese guy right out of China and
Yeah.
brought him back.
Yeah. Horror comics or comedy comics?
Comedy.
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 Venom or Deadpool?
You already know my answer.
By the movies, definitely Deadpool. I think early like Venom, I don't like the goofy Venom as much as
Yeah, the
the
funny.
bad guy villain
yeah,
Venom.
yeah. I agree with that. This is funny. Gotham City or Metropolis?
Well, like those exist in the same universe.
I don't
Right,
know
but would you
anything
rather-
about Metropolis.
Yeah, not
It's
much.
like the most generic city
Yeah.
in the thing.
The Daily.
I think Gotham
Bugle.
has
You
more
look like
character.
Metropolis.
Thanks.
I would do Gotham City.
You look like the
Yeah.
underbelly of Gotham.
All right, so now we're gonna start the. Here's where we get some points.
Better focus up.
All right, I'm gonna ask you first, and then he can steal. So these are gonna be origin stories. You gotta guess the character. Parents murdered, leading him to fight crime.
Batman.
Very good.
Okay.
All right, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
Soldier reborn from hell becomes an anti-hero.
I'm gonna have to go with Spawn.
You're
I'll
correct.
be so embarrassed if I got that wrong.
Right after you said earlier, Spawn's my favorite. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, on a con. Vampire mutation through experiments.
Dracula?
Not really, but close.
Vampirella?
No. All right, Jamie.
Is it Morbius?
It is.
Don't know yet.
These are going to be a little harder.
I haven't seen that movie. I've heard nothing but bad things. I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't the
The
best.
only two vampires I know are Dracula and then...
All right, Annika. Well, technically, it's your turn.
It's my turn!
All right, it's fine. We'll go since he got it.
I stole Morbius. You can have it, yeah.
Half human, half celestial. You're never going to get this. Half human, half celestial bloodline. So he's fathers from
Asgard.
no just outer space,
The cosmos,
and the cosmos. Mom's, Earth,
Oh,
and he.
well, I know.
He hangs
All right,
out.
who is it?
He hangs out with a raccoon.
It's not going to be it, though.
Yeah, he hangs out with a raccoon.
So, that guy from the... What's it?
You better get his name right. He'll be very upset. You worked hard to earn that name.
I only have two Avengers. I only know two Avengers. So probably not gonna be good.
Are you gonna let Jamie?
We can't leave this in. We gotta edit this out.
I only know two Avengers.
It's Star-Lord. It's Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Star-Lord. All right. Jamie. Blinded, saving someone, parents lost.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Dead Devil.
All right, Anakan. Builds his own suit after being captured.
Iron Man.
Very good.
Nice.
Good
Good
job.
job. Good job.
All right, this one, I don't know. Jamie, raised by assassins.
That's it.
That's it.
I mean, Black Widow was raised by assassins.
True.
Electro.
Like that girl from Kill Bill. Katana.
Are they all comics?
You got it. It's Electra.
Oh, okay.
So,
Which one is the Katana?
all right, I'm gonna give this one to you, but he's gonna get a chance to steal it if you don't get it, because I wouldn't need to get this. Fuses with alien tech. I don't know if anybody get that.
What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? That guy from...
You get this.
That... what's his name? What is his name? What is his name?
Give me some context.
He has like a monkey. No. He has like a pet monkey, alien monkey.
I don't know. I haven't watched the show, so.
Wait, is it Harley Quinn? The show?
No.
Is it a DC or Marvel character?
This is an obscure one. That's it? Fuses with alien tech?
Yep.
Oh, wait, can we use all of it?
There's a show. I'm thinking it's DC, but it could be independent too. I don't know. You both give up?
I mean, it depends on the alien tech thing. Because I think that might be Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Is that the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
How?
Damn.
He's a
That's
beetle.
impressive. All right, the last one of this. We'll start with Omicron. I will never get this. Born of a demon, fights her dark side.
So it's a her. DC or Marvel.
DC.
So, a demon.
Take your time.
Born of a demon? Is she a half demon or?
Born of a demon,
Like gives it that
fights her
context.
dark side. Yeah, that's all it gives me.
No.
Yeah, I have no idea on this one.
Raven.
I've never heard of
What?
that.
Yeah.
How is that Raven?
I don't know. That's what it says. I was trying not to go too hard, but I wanted to get some out of, like, especially in this next section where we're going to do, oh wait, no, I got 3 more. Never mind. Well, even in this, it may not be DC or Marvel.
Okay.
All right, Jamie.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
A normal teen
Uh-huh. Yeah.
until his alien powers kick in.
Oh, that's
Superman.
Invincible. It's Invincible. Mark Grayson.
Very
Love
good.
that guy.
So, apparently, Invincible is a really popular comic right now.
It's a very good show.
And is the
seen
show
comic.
really
The show's
good?
really good.
Okay. All right, Anka, you might be able to, Anka, you might be able to get this one. After a catastrophic accident, his father uses experimental technology to save him, where he's now, flesh and machine. DC for sure. Part man, part machine. His father saves him. He got in a bad, huh?
Several.
Well, name one.
The guy that got in the car wreck. What's his name? I don't know the name.
Jay Leno?
No. Is it? Yeah, I knew that.
All right, chance to steal.
No.
What is it called when someone's half machine and half person? What's a word for it?
That's not the
That's
name.
no excuse. You have a raincoat. It's Cyborg.
It's Cyborg. Yep, it's Cyborg.
Sorry.
All right, last one of this, and then we have the different section. So, orphan teenager is granted the ability to transform into an adult superhero.
What is his name?
Please get this.
What is his name?
You got this.
He utters a magic word,
I know it.
each representing a mythical figure.
I know it.
If you know the word, it'd be great.
What is his name start with? Because it's the guy that...
You're off your camera.
She's excited.
It's the guy that's from... He wasn't Harley Quinn. He wasn't... Okay. What does his name start with?
The letter S.
It does start with the letter S.
I know it though.
What is it?
I don't know. Wait, I do know.
Have a seat. What is it?
What was that for?
It's just like-
What was that for?
All right.
Just call
I
it.
like these. These are fun.
Test.
I'm off camera.
Teachers. Cheating. Stop with the
All right. So these are real and fake, either comic titles or characters. Okay? So we'll go. Do you want to go back and forth on these? That's fine.
No.
No? What do you want to do?
I say it. Okay. So,
You get your first chance? No.
no.
You need to dry erase to write and then flip.
Oh, that would be cool. That would. All right, we're going to
Make a note. Production note.
Yep, production note, dry erase board. That's good. I mean, it actually doesn't matter because you guys both answer. And then if you're right, you both get the point. If you're wrong, whatever. So it doesn't matter. All right, so it's Luther Strode, real or fake? A violent superhero body horror.
I'm going to go real.
I said real.
Okay, you both are correct. It's real.
Sounds creepy.
By Image Comics. Shark Knife.
That's no.
Can I get a description? Can you use it in a sentence? Shark knife?
It just says, it just gives me a shark emoji and a fork and knife emoji.
Sure, I'll go fake. That's.
It's actually real. Annika gains one.
What do we know about it? Anything?
I know nothing about it.
Shark knife.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to.
I've heard of a toe knife and a poop knife. I've never heard of shark knife. That's a new one.
Gutter monk.
I don't know. No, it's fake.
You got a description or?
There's no description.
Gutter monk? I'll go fake.
What was your answer? Huh?
Fake.
You are both correct. It is fake.
It's like a drunken master.
All right. Big Man Japan. Real or fake?
Real.
That's real.
So, funny story. It's fake for comics, but it's real as a Japanese movie. Super weird kaiju comedy.
Dang, I was hoping it was some obscure sumo wrestling.
It is. It's basically a giant. Yeah, it's fun.
That's where I saw it.
But it's not real for a comic.
Okay, fair enough.
But should be, probably.
I'd watch
All
it.
right. Chew. Detective who solves crimes by eating
Dangerous.
stuff.
What? What?
Detective who solves crime by eating stuff.
Wait, is that the name?
That's the description. His name's Chew, and he solves crimes by eating stuff. Real or fake?
Real.
I'll go fake.
She is correct. It is real.
What?
Yeah, God.
Image Comics.
Chew.
I want that theory.
Right? Murder Falcon.
That's real.
Heavy Metal and Monsters.
I'll go with real.
Real.
It is real.
That sounds awesome.
Right?
Murder Falcon.
Neon Centipede. No
Real.
description.
Fake.
It is fake. Paper Girls. Time traveling paper delivery girls.
Real.
That sounds like a narrative nightmare. I'm going to say it's real.
It's real.
You're a time traveling newspaper delivery person. So do you go like September 10th and be like, here's tomorrow's paper?
Oh,
Like, what is your job?
I don't know. It's real, so we can go find it and find out.
Huh,
Let's go.
Will you?
okay.
All right, here you go. Ghost Mechanic.
Someone's got to fix Ghost Rider's motorcycle.
Oh, wait.
I'm going real.
Shadow Hawk. Wait, what?
Ghost Mechanic, real or fake?
Real.
All right, you guys both went real, right?
Yep.
Fake, but honestly sounds cool, right? That's what it says.
Does
All
he
right.
fix ghosts or does he fix cars as a ghost?
Yeah.
That's the question.
He fixes people's cars without them knowing. He's ghosting.
Oh,
Ghost mechanic.
right.
Maybe we just discovered
That's
it.
how the only reason my car's still running. I must have a ghost mechanic.
Right.
There's no other way.
Yeah.
Keep going.
All right, Captain Cold.
No description?
Wields a cold gun and is a founding member of the Rogues.
Fake.
That sounds very fake, but I want it to be the alternate reality Mr. Freeze where he's a hero.
Right?
Exactly.
It is real.
Huh.
Is it like an alternate Mr. Freeze?
It just says a classic Flash villain, Leonard Snart,
The Rogues?
wields a cold gun and is founding member of the Rogues.
Oh, I think I've seen clips of him from the Flash TV show. Using a
maybe.
cold gun on people. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I've never I watched the first season, that was it. And then it was out.
Dr. Druid.
Is that a play on Dr. Drew? The-
Fake.
Well, he would make a really good doctor, though, because he could, like, shrink to a gerbil and figure out what's going on in there. Great diagnostics.
What is wrong with you? What's wrong with all of us? What is wrong with you two especially? Especially you.
I'm going fake.
Fake or
Look,
I
I'm
already
gonna-
said fake.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
so it's fake.
I'm going fake.
Penny Plunder.
Real.
Penny Plunderer.
Real.
Any description?
Commits crimes
Real.
themed around pennies.
Is there a year on there of release?
There is not.
Okay, well, I'm going to go fake.
I already said my answer.
Well, I didn't hear it. What is it?
Real.
It is real. All right.
Racist.
This will test both of you. Arm fall off boy.
What's real?
That's real.
That's
You remember that one?
I've heard of it.
Well, it's episode 2 or 3. I used that same one.
Oh, yeah.
Her and I were both like, "That's real? Like, I gotta find this."
No, I watched a YouTube video that was like the 10 weirdest superheroes or something like that. Polka Dot Man was on there. Yeah. That was one of them.
Oh, I still don't know who he is. I need to look him up. Oh, I have Ghost Mechanic on here. Real or fake? Again, it's on here twice.
I think it's this time it's probably real.
Actually,
The last time
it was fake.
It was fake, so
No,
this one.
I don't know how I got 3. All right, well that was it. Did you like that?
Slap hands.
We just did like 48 of them. Next week.
No!
I know it's your favorite part of the show, but no, that pretty much wraps it up. We're at like an hour and 20 minutes. This is crazy, but
Great episode.
it was
so fun.
It was fun. I appreciate you coming, Jamie. It was fun. We
Thanks
have
for
to-
having me on a con.
Come on.
She's leaving us hanging because she
Yeah.
doesn't want the tribute anymore.
Exactly. But I think, it was fun. Thanks for coming. We have to do it again. Every so often, I'll find another comic. We can.
Sounds good.
Every time Captain America is immortal.
I'll be back for episode 69.